Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. Right now, politicians from all walks of life, particularly in APC, are raising their voices particularly in the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The likes of Rotimi Ameachi, Nasir Elrufai, the former governor of Kaduna State, are literally opening up, and Nigerians calling on Nigerians to do this now. You're going to find out what it is. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel. Let's start with what Elrufai. In fact, APC chieftains are literally shouting, Elrufai must not leave APC. Let's dive into the news. According to the news, let's give a quick highlight. The former Kaduna State Governor, Nasir Elrufai, has accused the APC of abandoning its founding principles, citing a lack of internal democracy and poor leadership practices, with no party organ meetings in 2 years. My goodness. Elrufai criticized both the ruling APC and opposition parties for internal sabotage and disunity, urging higher standards for political leadership and a united front to safeguard democracy. Highlighting a poll that predicts 75% voters' abstinence in 2027, Elrufai warned of an impending democratic crisis and called for immediate action to prevent a return to military-style governance. Let me quote him word for word. He said, I no longer recognize APC. No party organ has met in 2 years. No caucus, no neck meeting, nothing. You don't even know if it's a one-man show. In fact, it's a zero-man show, he lamented. You cannot afford to have illiterates, semi-illiterates, and cunning people as your leaders. This is why we end up with the poor leadership we have today, he added. The problems that led to the creation of the APC remain unresolved, but I no longer believe the APC is interested in addressing them. The distance between me and the party is widening, he revealed. There are internal mercenaries in the PDP, hired and motivated to destroy the party. The Labour Party is also facing similar issues. Peter Obi himself told me, I don't know what's happening in the party I contested with, he alleged. This is a national emergency and we must act before history repeats itself, he warned. This is dangerous. For those of us who had lived half our lives under military rule, we know what it is. We don't want a military rule, but we also don't want civilians behaving like the military in their bariga and suits, he said. We must act decisively to save democracy in Nigeria. The time, he said, is now. Of course, Rotimi Nigerians to really safeguard their democracy. Former Rivers State Governor Rotimi Ameachi has questioned the readiness of President Bola Tinubu to tackle the challenges that came with fuel subsidy removal. Ameachi, a former Minister of Transportation, said he would have cushioned the effect of the subsidy removal by creating jobs in the housing area. Now, the former governor then lamented the absence of the middle class in Nigeria, adding that they last existed during the administration of the former president Olusegun Obasanjo. Let me quote him word for word. He said, there is nobody, I tell that again, there is nobody that would have become president that would not have removed the subsidy. What I don't know is what time was appropriate for the removal. How prepared was the Tinubu government when he announced the removal? This is quite shocking. My colleague is in the house. Of course, he did mention about the issue of there's no longer middle class in Nigeria. You will agree with me. But then again, just my opinion. What do you make of this sudden, both of them top APC chieftain, literally tackling Tinubu on all sides? What's your take?
Well, the situation in APC seems to be the same in other political parties. Something very interesting you made mention of is the fact that military rule, it's not even something to be considered. It's not even among the options. But then, shockingly, there are persons who, though they do not wear khaki, but they have military mindset. Babariga. You have this military mindset in Babariga, and they're trying to see how they can use the autocratic system known for the military to run democracy in Nigeria. And that is one thing that everyone are fighting tooth and nail to prevent from happening. Already we have seen, based on some of the things that he made mention, the fact that there had been no key internal meetings in APC. We've been hearing stories about Ganduje being hoisted out, corruption charges against him and all of that. No single meeting for one day has held. Maybe APC governors forum meeting have been holding, but as much as we know, the party seems to be scattered between the south and the north. There is this great divide between the south and the north, and the north are trying to paint a picture, and that picture is that the current administration seems not to be carrying anyone along, and despite the fact that they have made a major decision, which is this fuel subsidy removal, but yet no consideration in the area of creation of jobs the way it should be. I don't want to thumbs up what's the former governor of Kaduna State for Elrufai. I don't want to thumbs up him because I know when he was a governor, there was nothing very peculiar he did in Kaduna State. It was quite terrible. Religious crises. We had a lot of things that was really out of place. But however, it's important for us not to throw away the dirty water with the child. He's saying something very interesting that everyone needs to sit back and look at it so that we can prevent this one-party system this particular administration is pursuing, because from all it seems as though they're looking for a unifying factor, to create a one-party system, taking some key stakeholders from all the political parties to run it. But guess what? It won't be okay because we're talking about democracy here.
What do you make of what he's saying about what Peter Obi told him, where he said that Peter Obi told him in person that he does not even understand what is going on in his party, Labour Party? This is the same man who literally criticized Peter Obi when Peter Obi came around for campaign in his state, Kaduna State, and this same Elrufai was all strong for Tinubu. Tinubu literally didn't remember him in this government, and now he's now screaming and shouting and even confessing that him and Peter Obi were in good talking terms, and Peter Obi opened up of what is going through in Labour Party.
Now, these are politicians, so we expect this kind of chat among themselves. They may not share the same ideology, but, sure, they're bound to meet. Peter Obi is a household name in politics right now in Nigeria, considering how much he's been going around Nigeria, just trying to do what he's known for, which is philanthropic move. But however, it's important for us to note that Peter Obi, for me, making such statement is troubling, because he's, as much as he say he's not so crazy about getting the leadership, being the president of Nigeria, but it's important for him to join forces with other people and stop playing these fence politics, sitting on the fence as it has to do with Labour Party. He's fully involved when it comes to administration, but it seems as though when it comes to the crisis in Labour Party, the main party that's going to be coming out, he seems as though he's sitting on the fence. They've not made any decision that I would say will save the face of that party come 2028. Already, those who are watching from the flanks know that some of these key stakeholders in this political party, just like Atiku Abubakar rightly pointed out, they've been bought with money. So the first thing, if you truly want to rescue Nigeria from the hands of this one-party system and from the hands of APC, you need to set up your own political party, because without that, there is no way it will work. I heard him when he gave a rebuttal about what that he was being misinterpreted or misquoted, that he is very okay with coalition and all of that. But he still talked about that he's not really ready to grab power. The situation in Nigeria demands urgent move to grabbing power from the hands of these guys. They enjoy. Look at what has been going on. I mean, they are just enjoying themselves. The generality of Nigeria are going through a lot. But then, I know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a very strategic person based on some of the little moves I've seen him do. Fairly recently, we heard that the federal government will be organizing or will be opening the recruitment portal for, Nigerians who are underemployed or unemployed. So I think even as we are progressing into that particular period where elections will be taking place, he may roll out a lot of welfare packages for Nigeria just to buy their heart, and they vote him in again, and we continue with the shaggy. So the situation here demands the coming together of those who really care for Nigeria. I'm not talking about those who really want to steal from us, those who really care and want to transform the country. And sorry to say, for me, someone like the former governor of Kaduna State is not in that team. He can make the suggestion, but for me, I don't think that such a person should be carried along.
All right, just like my colleague has said, Shege Promax will await Nigerians if they do not rise to do the needful as to grab in power. That's going to wrap it up. Let's put in that comment.